Are we all here? You can. Yeah, proceed. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we're writing process diagram for the PAS system. So we're taking I think we're focusing more on the motor insurance product. So I believe the flow may be adjusted according to the product, but for now we're just looking at motor. And then in terms of the process diagram itself, I've divided it up into 5 main parts. So hopefully in this first hour we can cover maybe the first 2 to 3. Then the next hour we try to finish up the rest. I'm hopeful. Then okay, so this is the process diagram in.
Sorry to interrupt, Sidhu. So if you give us some introduction about this path means.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Implementing this one. Unable to hear me? Am I audible now?
Yes.
She was not in previous calls, right? So she's asking some introduction.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we are trying to build is a policy administrative system, which is the same as the eBao back office. So basically, we're gonna start from, it's sort of start from scratch.
Yeah, maybe if I may, adding a little bit information here.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially Revati and Sri Raksha, this is actually a big but interesting part of the project that they are trying to do properly. So, one thing is why we have set up this Jira, why we are trying to train you on Jira or doing our testing in a different way, and also trying to get this team together and having a good understanding, right? Ultimate goal is to build a better system which is not going to have issues that we are facing through Inshomo or through ePower right now. Okay? So, building the system from scratch is very, very difficult. We need the knowledge, technology, and the right people in the team, right? So, what we are trying to do here is, we need to start somewhere, right? So, our first use case is actually we are trying to replicate a better way of generating quotations, doing underwriting, and issuing a policy for most used product, which is the motor private car. Okay? But let's say if it is towards commercial vehicles, towards PHV or any other type of vehicles, right? Or even for other products like personal accident, home insurance, foreign made, right? The basic steps will be the same. But maybe based on each and every product, right, nitty-gritty details like the information I need for premium calculation is different. Information I need for underwriting is different. These things could be there, but we are trying to sort out the first end-to-end journey. This will help us creating the technical teams to go and do their technical analysis. Then our testing team to have a better understanding of what we are building from the starting. Okay. Then also our designer who's also Sebastian, he can actually brainstorm himself and come up with the better designs for the screen flows. And also from the other hand, the front-end developers can go ahead and build the screens. So this is the basic starting of everyone coming into the same page. Okay, any questions on this?
No, Kalita.
Oh, sorry to interrupt, Sebastian. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So just like I mentioned just now, we will have 6, I think, big portions of the, or rather 6 segments for this entire flow. Then from the looks of it, I think we'll be able to finish up to AML and CD within the first hour. Yeah. So let me start with the login.
Sebastian, can we record
Yeah.
also? So if anybody wants to have a reference, maybe Pratik wants to have recap.
Hang on, let me just.
Yeah, Pratik, in case if you are missed out anything, right? You can always listen to the record. You're just joking, okay? Because you are very quiet and serious today.
Okay, recording started. So, yeah. I'll start with the login portion of this process flow. Okay. Because it doesn't. Never mind. Okay. Before that, there are several. This is a cross-functional chart, so there are several layers or stakeholders that may be involved. So at the top, this swim lane focuses on the UI, which is mainly the user that is going to see. I mean, what the user is going to see on the screen while they are using the PS. And then on the second swim lane is the rules engine. So this layer translates all the instructions coming from the UI into the backend in the third swim lane. Then from there, we will be also connected to third-party systems. And then we have the compliance layer as well as the customer layer. So compliance will handle only the compliance processes, while the customer will be able to view all those screens that they have they need to transact on. For example, payment screens and all that. Yeah. We won't be going into the customer portal part yet. So this will mainly focus on the backend, the PS, and the rules engine involved.
Sebastian, I think when you are moving the screen, right, it's a bit difficult to follow. Maybe we will try to zoom in a little bit more.
Yeah. So I'm just focusing on the swim lanes first. Then we can go into the map.
Okay. Yeah.
So from here, the underwriter will log in, and then we will send a credentials check when they enter their email password to the back office, or rather the Microsoft Active Directory, and then get a response from there to see whether their credentials are valid. So if it's valid, they will be able to log in and see the home screen for the PS. If not, then we will display the login fail, and then they have to go through the login flow again. So assuming that our user has the correct credentials, they have logged in, they will then go into the home screen. Yeah, so from here they can select create code, which will then show them a product list. But for now we only have Moto, so they will select Moto or any other active products. Once they click on create code, it will request a product list on the rules engine layer, then go into the backend to retrieve all the active products. From here, we will then display on the UI whatever list of products that's available.
I want to slow you down a little bit here. So, especially Saksham, Pritish, and even Swapna, right? So, if you take into consideration what boxes we have in the first swim lane, right? It is actually equivalent to one action or one page of the front end. So this one will give you an idea when you want to draw your sequence diagrams and all, right? This one will give you close enough information that you don't have to drill up your brain. Then you will also know, okay, if I'm looking at drop downs, okay, what's going from where am I loading? Where do I need to post the data? Things like that. And also, Satish and Saksham, also the same thing. This is giving you a rough idea what type of how many screens that you may need and how many permutations, how much data we are going to capture in each and every stage. Okay, then this is going to give you another idea of what is the ROS engine going to do for you. Because based on what you are doing, right? Because we cannot have like with a very simple rules engine to pass through which call should go to which system, or at this stage I need to call Microsoft AD, at this stage I need to call EPAO, at this stage I need to call my document generation system. All these things we will be able to identify. Okay? Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, yeah, you can continue. Yeah.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so where were we? We were here. So we retrieve the active products available from the backend, and then we'll display on the UI. So from there, the underwriter will then select the product. So in our instance, she selects or he selects private car insurance, right? Then we will send a request to the rules engine sorry, let me zoom in a bit. A request to get the quotation config. From there, backend will load up the quotation information on the data entry fields, display on the UI here. From the UI itself, the underwriter will then enter, or user will enter the customer or driver basic information, vehicle information, then add on any necessary add-ons for this particular policy, and then click on generate code. So from there, they will generate a basic code. We will send the policy parameters and request the premium calculations into the backend. Backend will then reference the premium table and calculate the premium. Once that's done, they will display the pricing data, which will then conclude the basic quotation flow.
Yeah, so over here, if you realize Revati and Sriraksha, this is actually something different from what we are doing in the B2C and B2B right now. And even in the ePower, because ePower you need to create customer, you need to create entity, then you need to go to another module and add some data, and you need to remember the flow, the steps, right? Here we are trying to eliminate that, and also Sebastian, I just remember after policy issuance, right?
Yep.
Okay, there's few things we missed out in this process. Maybe you can take down, then later we can discuss and make the change. One is the LTA transmission, and the other one is gears check. Gears checking, I think we have. Gears check we have, right?
Gears check. Oh yeah. On the hang on.
Yeah.
It's over here.
Okay. Yeah. Then that's good. Yeah. So I think we
see
should after issuance LTA transmission.
Yeah, let me take a look quickly. Okay. Let me just go back. Yeah, so we stop at the basic code. So the underwriter has completed basic code. Then this will then be sent to the customer, or they will continue into the enhanced underwriting. So in enhanced underwriting, depending on the type of condition or terms that the policy needs to follow, they will then they will then choose to modify terms and conditions, or just proceed with selecting the pricing plan if everything checks out. Like for example, if just a normal car without any modifications, yeah. So any pricing plan that is created, or rather calculated from your backend, can then be selected and then move forward into the process. Otherwise, if let's say this is another special case, like the car is slightly modified and acceptable, then they would then modify terms and conditions, and then they will then review and see whether they need to recalculate premium. If let's say they need to recalculate premium, then they will display the recalculation options based on the excess level. So for example, if this underwriter is not really senior, don't have the authority, then they will need to send for approval. And the approval is actually just a manual process or a sub-process between the manager and then the particular underwriter. So that will happen on their own end.
Yeah.
And
So in here, we identified it as a sub-process. This is giving us idea. Okay. Now we realize enhanced underwriting. So underwriters can do changes, and also once recalculate the premiums, whether this underwriter has access or not. So from when certain thinking from your point of view, right? You need to pick up. I need to have underwriters limit matrix. I need to have an underwriter's approval queue. Okay? So these are the things that we need to capture and build on the modules later. Okay? So this is the thinking process. Why we need this kind of use case to go in is then we know, underwriters definitely have the metrics. Definitely, some people cannot do the, overriding the premiums to a certain extent. So then, at that stage, we need to have a set of people. Then, in order to do that, we are not trying to go and walk to the underwriter and say, hey, do you approve? Then that person say yes. Then I come and approve here. No, it has to be connected process, which is going to give us an idea. Now we need a case management module also into the back office. Okay, so that's the reason why we have captured these kind of details. So we are aware. Okay, otherwise we easily can miss. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Sebastian. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so from here they will do the approval process. So for example, let's say the manager approves, right? Then they will go back into the flow and select the pricing plan. From there, then update the details. So what if the manager doesn't approve, or this particular vehicle cannot be covered? Then the whole process will end. Right? They will reject the customer.
Yeah, so maybe on here, I think one small change. Approve no, right? Before go to end, maybe in between put the decline notification or decline step. Yeah.
The decline to customer.
Decline the request, which means in between the end and the approve, right? Maybe we are missing one, decline. Yeah.
Okay. And so assuming everything goes well, assuming everything goes well, they select the pricing plan, then they will take all the additional details from the customer. Like for example, the ID number, legal name, address, car plate number, chassis, engine number, and then fill out the questionnaire about indoor outdoor occupation, that sort of those level of details. Then from there they'll go into a prepayment check. We are now in the AML NCD process. So in the prepayment check, it will split into two flows. The yellow one is for the NCD, which will be contacting third-party services like Gears. Then for the green color lines, they are doing a AML check, which will be LexisNexis in our case. So for now, let's go with the AML checking. So once the prepayment check is triggered, the rules engine will then send customer information into third-party LexisNexis for this particular check. Then LexisNexis will send the response, whether it's pass or fail. So if it's pass, they'll continue down the process. If it's failed, then they'll go into the enhanced CDD check process. So this is the compliance layer. Compliance will then take on this particular process and do their necessary due diligence. So from there, we will get a result of whether they pass this enhanced check, yes or no, right? So if it's yes, we will send, or rather compliance will send an approval update for this advanced check and then continue down the process. If it's no, they'll follow this path and then send the response for decline and then go into decline the customer, which will then trigger a notification for the customer. Then customer will get a notification for this rejected proposal and end the process. Right? Okay. Going back into the happy case or the successful case, following this green line here to the right side, they will go into the all pass check. So for that, we have completed the AML check. Then, like I mentioned just now, there's a yellow path. So this yellow path is for your Gears and NCD checking.
Yeah, so this means to say you need to integrate with Gears. Okay, we need to have some logic to interpret what are the responses coming from it and what are the things that the users can change. Then also, we need to integrate with a similar system as LexisNexis. Okay, then based on that coming out, right now, everything, the process is LexisNexis is happening in the background, but there's nobody is gatekeeping as an organization whether this guy can issue policy or not. Okay, but then you will also realize this has a NCD, enhanced CDD, similar to the underwriting queue. Now we will have a compliance queue, enhanced CDD checking queue, right? So this whole thing is showing you, hey, now I think, oh, okay, now this system is LexisNexis or equivalent, and also another one is the Gears API. So if you realize, Revati and Sri Raksha, we are doing the Gears checking at the later stage, which means not like B2C and B2B right now what we have, not any of the users will be stopped. They can get premiums, they can get quotations. So only right before we are getting the payments, right, we are doing the checking. So this will eventually come to our B2C and B2B journeys. This kind of behavior eventually will come. This will stop users complaining unnecessary information entered before even getting the pricing, and also having difficulties getting a quotation from our system. Okay, so that I wanted to highlight here. Yeah.
Okay, Kolita, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Sebastian, I'll be interrupting you continuously.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so continuing on the yellow path here, right? So like we mentioned just now, during prepayment check, there is two concurrent check going on. Just now we've covered the green path for AML. So on the yellow path is the NCD check, which will be linked up to Gears, right? So the trigger for the prepayment check will send information via rules engine for NCD verification. This will be sent to a third party, which is Gears. Everybody's familiar with. Gears will then take in, ingest all this information, and then do their checking on their system. Then they will send back a response, right? We will know whether the NCD is verified, yes or no. So if let's say if it's verified correctly, then we will we'll display the NCD percentage or amount, and then go back into the all pass path. If let's say the NCD failed to verify, then we'll display that Gears verification failed and show it on the UI itself. So at this point of time, the underwriter has an option to override the NCD. So by overriding, I believe what it means is that the NCD applied will be whatever they declared previously. But because this is a manual, or rather we manually intervene at this point, it will require some level of approval. So this is pretty much similar to what we did for the quotation, enhanced underwriting flow just now.
The first time policy NCD is applicable.
Right, sorry.
I mean this is the no claim that
Yep.
it is not applicable for the first time one, right?
First time.
I mean in the first time when you apply for the
No, the NCD is across. It's based off your own record of your accidents or claims.
Yeah, if it is your first car, your NCD will return from the gear system as 0 or no record found. Yeah,
Yeah.
which means then we need to put up a logic saying if no record found, what is the output we should take from gears?
still it will go through that. Okay.
Still, you have to go through the gears.
Yeah. Understand. Okay.
Yep.
There will be more complex scenarios when we are doing the integrations with gears, right? We need to identify what is the customer declared amount, okay? What is the gears response, okay? If this doesn't match, how should we clarify? We have to call the customer, we have to call the previous insurer, because sometimes previous insurer don't update the gears immediately once there's an increase or decrease of the NCD. Okay? So sometimes even though accident happened, right? Yes, will still show 50%.
Correct.
Okay? Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
So let's say we override the NCD, and depending on the level of seniority for this particular underwriter, do we need approval for this? Right. If let's say it needs approval, then we will get the approval from a senior or manager. Then if it's a yes, they can go ahead and regenerate the code based on this overridden NCD. If it's a no, then we will have to decline the customer. Like the ECDD status just now, we will decline the customer, we will send a notification to the customer. And then customer will receive a notification for this rejected proposal and end the process. So assuming that the overridden NCD is approved going down the process, we will regenerate the code. Which means we need to send the policy parameters as well as the request for premium calculation again. Reference that premium table and calculate premium. Then from there, display the pricing data back onto the UI itself. or rather we'll send this pricing data back into the OPAS. And since was that AML checked is passed, NCD is overwritten or NCD is passed, right? Which means everything has gone through, and then we can then display payment options for this particular customer. Then on this, on the UI itself, the underwriter can then choose to send a payment link to the customer directly, or if let's say customer has already given a authorization to use their credit card information.
First asking is great. Yeah, Sebastian, sorry.
Yeah.
One moment, I want everyone to say whether they understand this or don't understand this. Okay, very quiet. Aksham, Pratish, Aniket, Revati, Sriyaksha, Pradeep.
Yeah, we are. Well, it's not 100%
But,
getting.
No, because, okay, we can go through this, I mean, this way or another way, that's not a problem. But, you see, now we take time to explain, right? Then we will take time to do requirement writing also. But next time, when any of our team members not reading the document and coming and ask the same thing again and again, right? That's where the things get little bit not so good. Okay? So that's why I need confirmation, because Bala was saying also, actually Bala is the one who asked to interrupt and clarify whether people are getting this, because me, Sebastian and Bala has seen this multiple times. Okay, we have been doing this for many days to fix it in this way. But please guys, it's only our team, okay? There's no shame on asking any question or even ask us to repeat, okay? Please let us know if you don't understand. Even Akshay or Pratik, like guys, if you don't understand what is NCD, tell us. If you don't understand CDD, AML, enhanced CDD, what are these things? Please tell us. Then we can help. So can I have some response?
Yes, sure.
I have no shame. He will ask anything.
What is NCD? What is the NCD stands for?
Complaint discount.
What is AML stands for?
Anti-money laundering.
No prizes, huh?
Anti-money guy. What? Katiba.
Prati.
Sorry?
Oh. Pratik.
I didn't hear. Sorry, what is that?
Okay, then what is CDD?
I have no idea.
PDD, sorry. What is that?
British, what is CDD?
No, sorry, I don't know.
Customer due diligence.
Okay, thanks.
What is ECDD?
I can't.
Enhanced customer due diligence. Each and every one of these, right, is actually has a meaning, yeah. So,
You should have the short forms here, no? Like this. Very good.
and if we don't get it right now, right, it will be very difficult for us to move forward. Okay, and I was not kidding really. If now claim understand and 2 weeks later come and ask the same thing, which you pretend understood, that time maybe others will explain to you, but Polita will explain to you in a very bad way. Okay, people have experience on that.
Please do ask if you are stuck with anything or any of the process, okay?
And this is not the end of the world. You will still have chance to read through and all.
This is the first time we are seeing the entire process, right? So after this session, we'll
look all the passes communication that you have created. And if any doubt, we'll arrange a session with Celestine again.
No. I'm afraid.
You don't need to hide this in your display.
Oh, we will share the entire document later, so they can just reference. The thing is, right now, this text is basically like the meta, Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me explain one more thing, right? After doing this, okay, section by section, okay, we will, similar to what we are doing on the requirement documents, right? We will come up with a plan how we are going to put this in Confluence. Okay? So, section by section, we will put in a business requirement manner, maybe page 1, what is the stream, what are the details that we think need to be in, and is there any supporting documents, and all these things will be there. Okay? So then we can also decide how and when we are going to break it down to user stories. Okay? But the way we are writing this, right, each and every step will become a user story. Okay? That's why it is too detailed, and each small step also we try to capture. Okay? So, yeah. So the only reason why we interrupted is just wanted to
Wake everyone up.
awaken everyone up.
You guys are expert. You required multiple times, so at least us. I mean,
No.
give us some time.
No. Multiple times not required. It's multiple times to draw it properly so
Yeah.
you can understand.
Give us
I can close my eyes and explain to you everything.
Okay.
Okay?
No, that's what. The reason I was asking is that actually when he was explaining about NCD over there, that's when I realized. So need to explain NCD. So yes, they need to open up and ask.
Yeah. Okay. So don't be shy, guys. Okay? It's only our internal team. No one is judging. Only problem is no asking now. Then later we might have problem. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, yeah. So, Kolita, sorry. Let us ask lot of questions and fed up Kolita with the questions, please.
I'm not getting fed up. Don't worry. I will explain. First 2-3 times free explanation.
Okay, free explanation. Very good.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fantastic. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so I think before Sebastian start, one more important thing. Now we are talking about the payment, right? Then from the technical teams, you need to understand, okay, payment gateway, this is where I need to integrate it first time. And we have options like send payment links to the customer. I can do direct payments as an administrator. So administrator token and customer token might be different because for administrator tokens, right? So that's a slight difference what we are using in the payment gateway right now. Because if an admin user is entering customer's credit card details, you don't have to enter the CVV number and OTP. Okay? So the only thing requires is the credit card number and the expiry date. So then we need to find out how are we going to do these two different. If it goes to the customer, then the link will be different. It's a link that the normal B2C, B2B that we are using right now. So those things you will definitely need to think through. Yeah? Yeah, sorry, please continue.
Yep. Okay. So where we stopped was everything is all passed. We've done AML and then NCD check. Then the underwriter will have some payment options, or rather, in our case, will be credit card. So if previously the customer has already given an authorization to charge to their credit card, then they will go down this path. If not, we will have an option to send payment link to the customer.
One second, let me ask that. For the display the payment options, is it like the premium or is there an option for 6 months or 1 year payment? Those kind of orders options will be there.
I think there are a couple of options, but in our case here for this particular flow, we are going to focus more on the credit card payment.
Okay. I mean,
So I mean, yeah, I mean, normal business processes we have like credit, we can get agent to prepay this.
the options,
Mm.
asking the payment amount, whether is it the first premium amount we are looking for? Is it a 6 months payment? Is it a 1 year payment? Those kind of options are there, right? Will be there, right?
I mean, for this particular product is Moto, so usually they charge one time, right?
Yeah, one time, okay.
If it's any installment payment is more on the credit card side rather than the insurer side.
Okay.
Yeah.
That option was not there, so I assume the. So
Sebastian, only credit card payment option is there, right? No
Sorry?
QR payment or other options?
any other option is there? He's asking any payment because you mentioned display payment options.
Yeah, yeah.
So is it only code card or there are other payment options? That's what he's asking.
For this particular phone, we are focusing more on the credit card payment. I think in next iteration of what we can then build out the other payment options. Kolita, is that what we were meaning to do?
Sorry, can you repeat that question? I was distracted.
No, what I was saying is that for now we are focusing more on the credit card payment options. The QR and everything else will be later on.
No.
Hmm?
Correct. Because, okay, over here,
Yeah.
for us to send, you see, we are doing display payment options. Now we are focusing on credit card. But when we are designing the payment gateway or payment services, the same. III payment services, right? That has to have its maybe minimal, is the credit card or the base payment gateway calling. But how are we going to enable all the other services into our payment services as a microservice, right? So for this example, we put credit card because just imagine now the process map is already complex. If I had payment by credit card, yes, no. Then if it is no, I ask pay now, yes, no. Then I ask bank transfer, yes, no. There are already 3 different payments, then it's going on 3 different directions to come back to success or failure. So the process map will be very complex.
Okay, so we can just put like display payment options, remove the credit card.
No, you cannot remove credit card because this process that we have defined is working for the credit card.
Okay.
QR code may be in different steps. Okay. So that's the reason. Okay.
Anyway, we'll continue to build out the other
Yeah.
flows.
Yeah, those ones we can have sub processes.
Yeah. So if let's say the customer has previously authorized this credit card, authorized the credit card payment, the underwriter will then check if the form is completed with all the necessary information and then initiate collection via credit card. If the form is not complete, then the underwriter cannot proceed with collecting using this method. It will then initiate the payment collection via credit card, but through the customer. Basically, right, if the form is not completed,
So,
it's the same as going down this line.
okay. So in
Setting a
the
payment.
agent portal, we don't have option to agent to edit the payment link. They can put their commission or that amount. So, I mean, they cannot add, but whatever actual premium we calculate, on top of that, there is a commission for the agent, right?
No. Okay.
Or broker, or we can say.
Okay. When you are doing a product, right? Okay. Then our policy premiums calculation will be different from commission calculations. Commission is based on the premiums collected.
Okay.
Okay. So when we are sending the payment link, right, for the customer, it doesn't matter. I give my agent Bala 50% or 30% or whatsoever. I am concerned about my $1,500 premium for the car. Okay. So over here in the verified credit card authorization form, is not verifying how much to collect or anything. Did customer fill out the information? This is literally talking about an online or a physical form that agent got the customer to sign and send to us.
Okay.
Otherwise, other way is, let's say if there's no credit card form or information we receive, right, in a physical one, then customer service can call the customer and over the phone they can collect, providing we are not recording the credit card details over the phone. Okay? So even in call centers also they have option to stop recording, then only you take the credit card details. Then while they are on the phone with the customer, we key in the numbers and process it. Okay? So this is to make sure you need to have the credit card details. Right?
But in the question that you asked is that whatever the premium amount that is calculated and shown, right? That is what it goes for the payment.
Yeah.
Commission will be calculated from within that premium.
Right. So 20%, 30%.
Anything on top of the premium.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Commission might change for agent to agent, right?
That will be on the.
this is not agent user. Agent user will be a subset of this only.
Okay.
Okay. But over here, if it is coming through an agent at the
So they will get agency setup, right? And you will have the configuration of the agency setup,
Yeah.
saying that how much percentage of the commission is.
So automatically premium will calculate that. Okay.
Premium is premium. Premium is 3,000 is for you 3,000, for me 3,000, for everybody is 3,000. That's the ideal way of doing it.
Okay.
From you come directly from our website, then there's no agent. So most of the portion I can take from you
Okay.
for our profit. But Bala is the main agent, he got 50%. So Triple I only can get 1,500 from what the customer is paying.
Okay.
Okay? So one more thing here, let's say if this journey, if it is through an agency or broker, the moment you select the agency or broker name and the agent name who's the salesperson, then the system will have to connect, okay, for most private car, for Meta agency, our agent, okay, how much is the commission? That when we are running the commission process, right, then it should tag. From here we only do is, hey, this is Meta agency, agent is Bala, and maybe there's no agent also. It's also can. No? It's only Meta agency, then by default normal agent, then that can still process. But over here, one more thing is, if it is broker, under broker credit, payment options, right? We will have one option for broker credit. You just press that, then you can go ahead and issue the policy. You don't have to call the payment gateways or anything. That's what Rose Engine needs to manage. For motor product, for this Meta agency, have options, credit card, broker credit, pay now, QR code, whatever things available. Then underwriter will decide. Oh, okay, they say they put it under their credit. So think of it as, you don't have to think through what we have seen here. Right? This is beyond that, and we are not trying to replicate anything. You guys got it? Anybody have any question? No. Okay.
I carry on, eh?
Yeah. Thanks.
So, like what I mentioned previously, if the form is not complete, we'll initiate payment via credit card by sending customer the payment request, which is very similar to sending them the payment link, right? So the rules engine will send this request as a payment link to the customer. Customer will then, or rather click on the link, and then we will check whether the link is valid or not. Is it a valid payment link and they make payment, right? So if it's valid,
Similar to we are doing it now in the P2P agent portal. Yeah. Without just opening up, we need to verify whether the customer is actually the customer.
Okay.
So that's why we are doing OTP, right? Essentially. Yeah.
So if it's a valid link, they can go forward and generate OTP. If it's invalid link, we'll then display this information to the customer. Link is invalid, right? Then they will have to
If customer
process
decline the
cancel.
payments, that
Yeah. So wait here.
Mm.
So if you guys realize now this is the swim lane of the customer. If you look at these screens, right, you can actually identify, okay, what are the screens that the customer we have to build for customer point of view, customer facing screens. Okay, and also to answer your question, Swapnil, customer, you don't have to decline. You can don't pay. What is there for you to decline?
Yeah, I mean, after clicking on the link, there is an option to decline the payment.
It's not decline, right? Okay, payment expectation is created. Customer is not in the position to approve or reject payment.
No, in the DBS payment, they have this option to decline the payment. At the last moment also, customer can decline.
It's cancel the payment.
Yeah, cancel or
Okay, you are not declining or cancelling the link. You can come back later and do it, right? You can come back later and click on the link and again do the payment as long as the link is active. So it's not declining. He's not performing the action he's supposed to perform. So he don't pay. That's all. He's not completing the step.
Okay.
So it's a temporary halt.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not totally rejecting, but a temporary halt.
Okay. Yeah.
Because until he pay the amount, we will not issue the policy for him.
Yes.
So okay, so if the customer click the link is invalid, then they cannot do anything. They will need to call the insurance company or the agent to get another link. Right? Then if let's say the link is valid, they go through the third party system will generate the OTP for customer to proceed into payments. So they will get a notification for OTP. On the screen, login screen or rather the payment screen, they will have this enter OTP field. They enter the OTP, we will check whether the OTP entered is correct. If it's correct, we will display the customer information. Basically, we will request to retrieve customer profile and information, code information to be displayed on their phone or device, whatever they are accessing the link. Right? They will see and then they will verify this information, then click on pay. Yes, proceed to pay. Proceed to pay, they will select their payment method. So once they selected their payment method, we will then direct them to the payment gateway. Let me step back a bit. So right now, if in the success flow, they have reached the payment gateway. But what if OTP didn't pass? When OTP don't pass, we will show them this is an invalid OTP if you entered. Do you want to regenerate OTP? So they click on regenerate, we will generate the OTP again and go through the entire flow previously I mentioned. From here, OTP notification, enter the new OTP, check OTP, then okay, good, OTP is good. They will continue into payment. On the payment gateway itself, if they successfully paid, they can continue down the path upwards. If not, they will see this payment rejected. Then they will ask the customer whether they want to continue or rather retry payment.
So just a very basic question. What is the purpose of that previous OTP? Is to ensure that the customer is the genuine customer, or what was the target for that OTP?
So usually the flow is we send a payment link to customer, right? Can be on SMS or email. So let's say they click it on their email, or rather they use their laptop or tablet or something, click on the link, right? They will open up a web page. then we'll request for them to identify themselves via OTP.
Yeah.
It's a two-factor authentication.
Huh?
So two-factor authentication while doing the payment, bank payment.
It is related to payment only, right? Not the customer identification. Okay.
No. It's for AAA to identify this customer as the genuine person.
Okay, so it's not the
It's got nothing to do with bank yet.
Okay, fine. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So it is before the payment process.
Correct. So it's before payment gateway. So let's say they select they want to do bank transfer, right? We'll send them to the bank.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Correct. So this
Then I have one query. If
Mhm.
that is the case, then this generate OTP should not comes under this third party section, right?
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
based on the payment link, we are generating the OTP, right?
Which one?
It's different, so I think it is that is what it's a different flaw, I think.
No. Okay. Payment link. Before the payment link, customer also need to see what is the summary of the product. Okay. And how much is we are going to charge as this organization. Right? So motor private car, comprehensive cover, NCD, whatever thing, and premium come to $3,000. So then customer will. So in order to show this, right, we will also show Swapnil Bhosle and all these things, right? So personal data is there. Before we show this one, we need to validate the link with the OTP. Then only we open it to the customer. Okay. So that's the additional precautionary measures from the security point of view also. Okay. Once you verify, it's no problem. You can open the details and show it to the customer. Then customer press a button for payment. When you click on the payment, that's where either from the payment services that we created, because you might have multiple third-party systems, right? Multiple payment gateways also can. The moment you click on the payment as a user, then the rules engine will post to which payment options this link can proceed with. Then it will give pay now, credit card, and whatever the other payment modes, then they will. Okay. Then from there, when the user is clicking, so now it's like the authenticated, validated user clicking on, let's say credit card, and I want to pay by credit card, then go next. That's when you are calling the DBS payment gate.
So that box we are calling as a payment link is actually quotation link sent to customer.
Yeah, but from customer point of view, it's the payment link. Okay? Even insurance companies call it payment link. Hey, I have sent this payment link, please complete the payment. Only action that the customer can do there is make the payment, nothing else. Okay?
Verify the details.
From business and that's why. So from business point of view, business language is the payment link. But from your side, maybe you are thinking through, oh, actually it's a application link or retrieval link, something like that. Okay? Yeah.
I think
Was it clear for
Gravity
you?
was mentioning something about the OTP shouldn't come from a third party system. Is that correct?
In the page which you are showing, right, the generate OTP, that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Once the
yeah.
payment mode is selected, then we can add this generate OTP under third party
That is
section.
part of the
But please-
payment.
No.
That's really clarified. Yeah.
No, Revati, do not get confused with the third party. Okay. When we are building the system, we do not have SMS services in our system. Maybe we have created a placeholder for notifications in our microservices, but we don't have any function to send SMS to customer. Right? So we need to sign up with the SMS or messaging service in order for us to trigger SMS. Okay? So that's how, like mostly these B2C products, we are using the WhatsApp or email, right? For this reason. Okay? So that service is actually managed by III services. Then the OTP that you are referring to, when we go to payment, okay, then as a 3D verification, some banks use SMS OTP, okay. Some banks send the notification to your mobile app as a token, digital token, then you have to verify and approve it, okay. So based on this payment provider and the issuing bank, the mode of 3D verification can be different, but that's not managed by us. This third-party system, meaning to say here, is actually the payment service that we need to integrate, SMS service that we need to integrate as IIIF.
I understand, Kolita, but here, before we are selecting the payment mode only, this by clicking on that payment link, we are generating OTP, correct? What I am telling, that should not comes under the third party section.
It is coming under third-party system because the OTP is generated by a third-party system.
May I know which third party?
You
Okay,
can
okay.
take maybe Twilio. Twilio is SMS, right? SMS body. Yeah. But Twilio, we need to, as IIII, we need to sign up for a Twilio account. In this case, we might use the AWS. Yeah, maybe this one, maybe we will use the AWS SMS services. Okay?
Okay,
So we
okay. I thought it is coming from AAA. Okay.
Yeah. So it is for the customer, it is coming from IIII, 100% correct. Okay? But for IIII to trigger the SMS, I need to sign up with Twilio or AWS services or some kind of method to trigger the SMS.
Okay.
Okay?
That clarifies. Good question. Yeah.
Finally, Pradeep is happy.
No, I mean, actually, I was actually thinking this OTP is part of the, customer verification. We are not yet into the payment verification. But this question is actually, where it comes, right? This OTP, because you earlier clarified, right? This is from IIII. So this is a IIII, so through some third party. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the confusion. Now clear.
Okay?
All good? Can I carry on?
Thanks.
Good.
Okay, so on the payment gateway, depending on where you are, could be PayNow, generating QR, or via credit card on your Visa, Master, so and so forth, or bank transfer, right? So wherever it is, if let's say you successfully paid, you will continue upwards. If not, I think you have a payment rejection, and then we'll ask you whether you retry or don't retry. So if you retry, you'll go back into the payment gateway, or rather you can select another method to pay, and then go through the same process again. If let's say you don't want to proceed, then sorry, we are unable to proceed with policy insurance, and then that ends it. Assuming that you've paid successfully, you go upwards, and then we'll send the payment response into our rules engine.
If the payment failed and we restart at some point of time, will we have to go through the cohort process again, or will it some save point in between?
It depends on the validity of the link. So if the link is valid for, let's say, 2 weeks, right? As long as the link is active, customer can click on the link and do the OTP and try to make the payment.
Okay.
But if the link validity is expired, then what happens is application or quotation will be on a state where pending payment. So maybe customer need to call and request, or maybe customer has an option to request another link.
Yeah.
Okay, sales request another link, things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So this one is a good question, because when the business is saying, let's say that time I think Bala was saying like, the CEO was saying like, no, we don't need 3 days. We need payment immediately. Just make it 1 day availability. But
Okay.
that kind of thing, right? When we are building into the system, we have to be very careful. Yes, I need payment in 1 day. Doesn't mean customer is going to pay you in 1 day.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Customer may be thinking through, like, okay, maybe this company, I don't know whether good or not. Maybe I need to go back and buy from NTUC income, which I have been dealing for last 15 years. Okay? So, this kind of scenario, we always need to push back the business and say, hey, put a reasonable validity period, which it is good one, or 5 weeks or 5 days or something. Then we can actually keep reminding them from marketing, hey, this payment link going to expire in 2 days, 3 days,
Please complete the
this kind of thing. So we can proactive and get the customers to complete, right? So these are the key things that, let's say, because otherwise, right, every time the link failure, then we need our function to request another payment link becomes essential and a blocker to go live if we put like a 1 day active, 1 day validity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All good? Good. Okay, great. So let's say customer has successfully paid the quotation. We can then trigger policy issuance. At the same time, when the rules engine has received this successful payment response, right, we will also be able to display on the customer screen payment success, and then policy is being issued.
If you are taking the policy, upon expiring the previous one, and in between the link, the 3 period or 5 period time, if the validity period continues, what will happen to that? Validity period expired, and if you issue a new policy, will it continue from the previous next day of the expiry date, or it will start from there will be a gap or something like that? So you understand the question, right?
So there's an overlap of the coverage period.
Because we have a 3-day validity period, and we have in between the policy expired or those kind of things.
Mm-hmm. It depends on whether it's the same company insurer or not. If let's say you are
same company, is no problem, right? It will continue.
Same company, you will cancel the previous one and
Okay.
start the
Then it
new.
continue the next day. Okay, like that.
But the other one, if let's say 2 different companies, you have to go and trigger the cancellation on your own.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. So on the customer
I
screen,
have
there
one
was.
query. Yes. So this policy issuance this is displaying once the payment is done by customer, correct?
Yep.
So if the underwriter makes the payments, then how that flow? Where is
Yes.
that policy issuance?
Correct. That an entire different flow, which I'll go back to it once we finish the customer trigger one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, underwriter can make the payment.
Ken, you remember just now we were talking about approval documentation? If let's say customer has already signed the approval, right? Then the underwriter can just process the payment. So on the customer screen, they've done payment, then we'll show them that the policy being issued. At the same time, on our back end, right, we are triggering this policy issuance. So this is automatically started here, and then the policy issuance will begin. They will trigger the policy issuance task, update the backend DB database, then generate all the policy documents. When updating is happening on the back end, right, we also display the policy issuance success and trigger other payment tasks. while generating all these policy documents, you will see that there will be an email being sent out to the customer or agent, depending on what's the arrangement like. Then customer will be able to see this email confirmation of this payment and policy being issued. At the same time, the link will be updated and then they will be able to download their policy documents. And this will end. Like going back into the policy issuance flow, like we mentioned just now, we're updating the policies database. When there is the policy is successfully issued, right? They will trigger the payment task. What we mean by the payment task is to update the ARP, the Sun GL system, right? So all these what do you call it? The finance systems will then be all updated with the new policy payment information. And then they'll end the payment task. So at the same time while we are issuing the policy, a third trigger happens. So this is to create customer portal login for customer. This is a separate thing. So the customer can log into the portal and check on their policy, when it expires, and when it's due, there's some renewal going on.
One second. Bala, the current policy, the update of this third-party payment application and all, is it happening from the IBAO side or we are doing it?
No, I mean the third party updates means that that is happening from IBAO. Yeah.
So going forward, we also parallelly do this to update our database also.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The idea is that first we update our database while we keep the IBAO as. See, whatever the data that as the IBAO, we will also store it.
Understand. Got it.
Yep. So once they've triggered the customer portal login, right? You will send a confirmation for the account creation, and then this will be an email to the customer with the activation link and the login credential, the default login credentials. Then at the same time, going back onto the UI itself, there will be an update to the status of the document itself, policy issued, right, or active policy. Then
So basically, what we need to take away from the technical side, right? Once the payment received, there are certain tasks that we need to trigger. So issue the policy, we need to generate the policies, we need to send out notifications, we need to generate the receipts, we need to have the entries on accounting entries required. Then, if there's other third-party systems that we require, right, we also need to notify them. So one missing part was the LTA transmission that I think Sebastian can add in later. Then, on the other hand, on the notifications also, right, we will need to have this capturing. So now we need to send emails. Do we attach documents? Do we send how do we protect? Because how we are sending right now is no uniform way. P2C send one way, P2B send one way, P-Power send another way, some manual also send. There's no centralized proper way of doing it, right? And also we need to think about whatever solution we are using, how are we going to manage the templates? Okay, because private car policy, regardless whether who's issuing the policy, it should be the same template who's running the document, running the page to generate the document. So these are the things that we need to take note. Then third party services, will be added here. Again, years and all this. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, Pradeep, you should have a good example or good idea. When we say it's complex and it really means complex, we want to build this one simple product, right? How many modules that we need to create. So looking at your project plan, right, with the current resources, we can easily identify, right? What we mentioned and what we mentioned in yesterday's meeting and what is happening today, right?
Yeah,
It's equally complex or more complex than what you think, because this is just, we take it as a first draft of the process plan. There's many things now, even I'm looking at it, right? Many things that we may need to add in. Okay.
Yeah. We're looking at the overall, the presentation kind of thing in the yesterday's one, no? We will not be able to measure the size. So, right, so that is why they are, keep saying like that.
No, it's not, that is, then that is not the way of justifying, right?
Understand,
Because-
correct. Yeah. They are not able to.
I think each module is a high level. Under each module, it's a separate diagram. Maybe
No, there will be many diagrams, but this is going to give you an idea.
complete picture. Yeah.
No, I got it.
In order to issue a policy,
Correct.
how many places that we are going to touch?
Correct. Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, so definitely. When you deep dive, then only we'll understand.
It's not, yeah, correct. So it's not like from those Node.js screens, they depending on one or two APIs.
No,
Right.
You take like AML check. The AML check itself, we have a different components.
Correct. AML checks, then we need to design our own module. Because now Lexus, they are struggling, right? They are relying on an email, right?
Right.
So it shouldn't be the way. It has to have a queue. We should talk to the business. I mean, all the systems. Yeah. Then everything is captured in our DB, right? Who approved it? Who rejected it? Who looked at it? Huh? So I think on this payment decline, right? I think that one you need to connect to the end.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
You can connect to the that end. Yeah. So
initially I'm talking about this decline.
yeah.
Okay. Then I think that ends the process
The link
for.
can be used multiple times. Right? Not a problem.
Next discussion.
Yeah.
The payment link, this link generated, right, can be used multiple times, right? Not a problem, right?
No problem. 100 times you want to click also can.
Okay.
They allow you.
Yeah, till the expiry time.
Yeah, till the expiry.
Okay.
But if you don't like you, we will expire it in 2 minutes.
It means you don't want his money. Anyway.
There is no other security issues to keep the link open for many days or something like that. Is it somebody says like that, Kulita?
It's not a public link.
Okay.
It's offered by bank only.
Understand. Okay.
So based on TRM, right, we need to take reasonable steps to secure, right? And what are we trying to secure here? Maybe we will only have the customer name. We will not have customer date of birth or phone number or address or anything. And also what is his make and model and the price of the car.
Understand. Yeah.
Right? So PDPA perspective also we don't have any other than the name, because it has to have 2 or more personally identifiable information to say we have this
It is minimum is required to give it customized. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's not an open link. he need to authenticate himself before he can access the link.
Yeah.
So I think when we are talking about the expiry, right, I am thinking through. A link should not go beyond the starting date of the policy coverage.
Yeah, that's not. That's not.
Okay, if your policy expiring tomorrow, right, then tomorrow is the date it should expire. But that one also depends on business. Hey, do you want to issue first? Or you want to issue a backdate policy?
Yeah.
So those are the things that's the reason why we need to, like, even though we are doing this now, that's when we might need to make some changes when we are talking to the business.
As per requirement.
Yeah. Okay. So any other questions?
Wait, I haven't finished.
I thought issue ready.
No, issue already, but that one is the customer make their own payment. We haven't finished the flow for underwriter complete payment.
Okay.
Very
Can
fast,
we
very
take a
fast.
quick break?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, break. We need break. Okay.
Yeah, let's come back in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:25. 4:35. 4:45. Yeah, let's come back.
45
4:45.
is 18 minutes.
Yeah. So precise.
Yeah, 445.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:45.
We can leave the call like this, right?
Yeah, I think so. No problem.
Yeah. This one is recording, right?
It's recording. You want me to stop it? Then we can record
You
again.
can just stop it.
Since I am.
Yeah, I think we stop recording, then again start.
Maybe we go into we join the next, the other session.
One more call.
Yeah, then we can record from there. Okay. Yeah,
Then-
come back at 4:45. Thanks everyone.
Okay, bye.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.